It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Rosas to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Colts 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here we go.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Check pass. 56. Mike, 56.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Catch made here by Campbell. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Rig alert.
Again, it's Mixon. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the third.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman, 52 yards. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. Now Garoppolo will lead his guys up to go for the two-point try. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
14. Colts 11. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
This time, Burrow will look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. 91 is the mic. They can't hang with us.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
A gain of 12.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Set. Liking 18. Come to my work. We want.
Mixon with a first down carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second down at 5.
Mike 91. Here we go. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
91 is the mic. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jim. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Tighten up. 60 Maverick.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Jarrell Casey bursting in to take him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
17.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Rodgers on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Mike 56, Mike 56. I got one.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Garoppolo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
56 is the mic. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. 11.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
57, Mike 57.
Now Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Here we go. 180. 56. Found him. White.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
30-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, wide open receiver, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, alert! Alert!
Here's Hines. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here we go. 180! Mike 57. I'm coming for you. 65, 65. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He can run for it, and he will. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He's at the 30, 20. Woo! And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 89 yards. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Come on. You better bring it.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Mixon with a 1st down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
line.
Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts 5. And we've got a timeout.
5-yard line.
9 seconds remaining.
At the 5-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. It'll be a 3-yard gain. So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage, or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
That's caught at the 3. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Bengals 30, Colts 11.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Tonight's final score.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.